What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about things that I want to see in the Scream trailer. As of right now, I have not seen it. Hopefully, very few people in the world has seen it. And, a couple weeks ago, maybe about a week ago, I made a video talking about things that I don't want to see. I don't want to make this video literally just the opposite, taking those points and just reversing them. I'm not out to do that, in this, not like in a milking kind of way or anything like that. I don't actually remember what I said in that video, so that should help me out in this one, but we're just going to kind of jump in. Honorable mention is I want to not be spoiled about the trailer before I go in. So that's like a cop-out answer, but I would like, we go into the trailer, I go into the trailer, whatever. If you go to, see Scream in theaters, if you see it on the Tuesday, say when it drops or whatever, that you're safe and you haven't had things spoiled beforehand. The best descriptions we've gotten of the trailer so far is that like it's incredible and like it's worth the wait. Nothing really that says like, okay, this happens at this time, stamp, and this happens then. So that's something that I'm very happy for. The first things that pop into my head are the original three, and maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing. I do believe I said in the video that what I don't want to see, I don't want them to hide them. I do want to talk about that just a little bit. I want them to be in the trailer. And I guess specifically Sydney, and I've said this before, I've seen other people, people commenting on the channel. Well, which by the way, this is a back and forth thing. Let me know in the comments right now, what are some things you want to see, you don't want to see from the trailer. Let me know. I love reading your comments. One thing I have seen is, Sydney answering the phone. Like, hello, Sydney, or her reacting, whatever. I don't need her to talk. I really don't. I would say if you were to have her in the trailer and you just have like a visual of her, kind of like a panning shot of her, you do a Dewey and Gale or whatever, maybe you have some of them talk, whatever. I don't exactly need the entire trailer to rest upon these three. I really do not need that. I know some people may want that, and that is totally cool, but I don't need them to do it. I want to see her, like I said with the Jack Sparrow, my comparison to like Pirates 5, which is the first thing that pops into my head. They hid him. He wasn't in the first trailer, and then he was at the end of trailer number 2 for like 3-4 seconds. I don't want that for Sydney. I feel like she needs to be in there, and an easy way of doing that is just by having her answer a phone. I guess the thing that I also want is for the trailer to not show too much, but also show something. And I guess more specifically, and I guess the first thing that pops in my head is like the opening attack. Now, I'm not going to go into it. This is not like a leak or spoiler, kind of video, but if you've watched out for that stuff, it's possible we know, who's in the attack, what happens, where it is, like stuff like that. So, you may already know. And so if you see a certain character running away from Ghostface in a certain location in the trailer, you may be able to say, okay, that frame or that shot, that's from the first, or the opening of the movie. Some people are going to do that. Very few when you think of the grand scheme of how big the trailer, or how many people are going to see the trailer versus the leaks. But I would like to see some of that stuff in the trailer just so we can start to get speculation going. Now, it's a tough thing because I don't want like every leak in the world to be spoiled, or to be, I guess, not even spoiled, to be confirmed. You know what I mean? So like we have all these things floating, online, and it's like some of them, are much more believable than others. Some of them come from much more credible people, but there's also, I guess, the sense of me where it's like I hope none of it's true, even though I know some of it, is going to be true. I hope some of it's not true, just so that there can be some mystery. So again, that's that gray area the movie's trailer is going to play in, because I do want to see chases. I do want to see, I don't want to see like death or anything nearing even close to death. Like no fake outs, no somebody, kind of being on the edge of danger. Just show, I guess you could argue, well, Alex, if somebody's getting chased by Ghostface, they are at the edge of danger, I guess, but I'm okay with that. I would like to see that. Some running, some phone calls, some answering, like a phone kind of ringing and holding it out. Again, non-really spoilery, but what I think we do know from the leaks is telephones still do exist in this world. Actually, different cell phones, landlines, stuff like that, they still do exist. So we'll see a wide range. I'd like to see that. I also, this is one that I thought of, just as I was kind of hitting record. One thing we've heard so often, again, not like a main spoiler thing, is that Ghostface would use different weapons. It wouldn't just be a knife. I feel like that's something that gets people talking, that's big, that's like fascinating or different, that's also not really spoiling anything that you could show in a trailer. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know, I feel like when I come up with these things, right, things that I don't want, things that I want, we still have to play around in like the rules of what the trailer, I guess, needs to do and what we need to be like careful of, right? And so again, that's where my mind gets going, where it's like, okay, well, I want this, or I don't want that, but you also have to think, well, like, it's a trailer, so you have to set up some stuff. I mean, you have to show the Carpenter sisters. You probably have to have some sort of dialogue either throughout the trailer, or one of them is kind of narrating it, or it passes it off to different people talking. I mean, you just got to think about how a trailer, operates. You know what I mean? That you have to set some sort of scene of what's happening. Now, for the first trailer, you don't need to go too far in depth. And again, that's kind of where I lie on the don't want to see, do want to see. Show some stuff, but don't show too much. I know that's like extremely vague, but like, I don't know, you don't need to necessarily put reasons for things happening necessarily in this first trailer. Like, if you just see, these characters, one character is coming back to Woodsboro, all that stuff, you don't really need to have explanations and stuff about that. There could be like television reports of like, oh, the murder spree is back on or whatever, but you don't have to get too far in depth in exactly like why it's happening or who's behind, or even like potential, okay, this person could be it. So it's a very tough thing, but I would say, because most of it is just trying to be secretive while also trying to show something, right? So I guess, again, biggest things I want is some sort of like phone ringing, just to kind of hear that again, like some sort of answer, okay, with more than one character. Again, like Sydney, I'd love her to answer the phone and just have that hello Sydney and just see her facial response to that. And, it doesn't have to be like one complete scene. It could be cut. I want that, but I also do want some dialogue. I want to hear Ghostface. I want to hear some characters kind of going back and forth with Ghostface. I think that'd be really cool. You got to show, again, like, you just got to think of how a trailer works, right? You got to show some chase scenes, some things like that. Again, I think that's where you could introduce some new weaponry that he uses. You can show chases with characters. And as we know from Scream movies, just because you're in a chase, I mean, you got like I don't know if the statistic is 50-50, but for like the trailer purpose, you really have a 50-50 shot, right? You either escape or survive, or you or you don't, and that's pretty much it. So, I think you could show it and still be relatively fine, as long as you're not showing, I guess, too far into the chase. Obviously, atmosphere, things like that, that's important. Like setting kind of the tone of what this movie is going to be. I think Beyond the Mask did a video talking about, like the horror or tension, like what kind of actual feelings are we going to get by watching this? Is going to be more of like a modern horror or like past horror? And that's a good point. And I think you can convey that through a trailer. I really think maybe it's not exactly one-to-one and that it will be what it is when you see the movie, but I think you can get a good sense of like, is the lighting too bright like in the fourth movie, or what kind of thing is going on? I think you can convey that pretty well. Or even, these two new directors, we know their style. Let's see their style with Scream, and I think that's going to come to light and life in this trailer. I think that's just what's going to happen. So let me know, guys, what you think in the comments below. Again, what are some things you want to see from the trailer, you don't want to see? Again, I made that video. At the end of all of these videos, I leave a playlist of every Scream video I've ever made. So if you guys want to check out any of those videos, just wait till the end. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow me on Twitter or subscribe to my second channel or support us on Patreon or YouTube memberships, there will be loads of Scream videos over the next couple days. I did one yesterday, I believe. You should have seen today, and then probably Sunday on. I'll do a bunch of videos probably on the trailer. So there's going to be a lot of Scream videos coming up very, very soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.